break down for you, because at this point, how many of you are thinking back, getting back to home, or maybe even traveling at this point? Lots of you, right? Well, we've got the system coming in out of the Rockies, and this Rocky system, it's still a bit of a question. Does it go a little farther northeast? Does it go a little farther due east? So that track is still a little bit of a question right now, but it does have big effects.
And it's hard to nail down that track until we're kind of in the nitty-gritty. We need to see where this low actually forms off of the Rockies to give you the specifics. Because wherever you have that magic combo of the cold air and the moisture, that's where we get the snow. And right now, it looks like the snow is mainly going to be off the Great Lakes.
Yeah, exactly. And at that point, maybe at that point, we do get some lake effect snow. It'd
be much different if this moves a little bit farther down to the south, but the model's kind of favoring the 95 corridor and the bulk of the East Coast remaining rain. So this is where we're going for our early indications of the late week snow potential. You'll notice that it does look very lake effect snow-like. The cold air going over the Great Lakes, exactly.
Right off the Great Lakes, yeah. That's where you can see the wind coming off the lake. So lakes are still in the upper 40s, mid 50s about, so pretty warm. You see the fine line there where the snow is not quite all the way to the I-95 corridor. A good chunk of New England will get in on some of the snow, but to the south of there, with the warm air still in place, mostly a rain event. So those delays could be more to maybe some of the rain that's coming through. A little heavier rain as we look at portions of, say, the lower areas for North Carolina, even into the Appalachians. While we're getting some chance for some snow today, or rain rather, another chance comes in Thursday through Sunday, especially along the spine there for the Great Smokies from East Tennessee into portions of North Carolina.
And we're just going to all have to sort of grin and bear it. It's really the timing. You know, for the most part, this is weather that you're used to going through during the winter months. The changeover is the fact that this is the day after Thanksgiving, and we have a lot of folks that will be traveling. And when you take inconvenient weather on a big travel day, it can equal a huge headache. So know before you go, and know that there are going to be some adjustments depending on where this area of low pressure actually forms for the later half of the work week. For East Coasters, celebration this morning. I was actually jumping on the trampoline with the kids when the rain moved in.
That's just jumping for joy this morning.
Well, that too, but the raindrops started to fall. My kids were like, it's raining. I was like,
what is that?
Yes, it's raining.
What is that?
I know. So let's bring up a couple cameras for you. We have Niagara Falls on the left, Pittsburgh on the right. You know, Pittsburgh is going to get their first taste of snow. The only, little fly in the ointment here, of course, is travel concerns. You know, this is the week before Thanksgiving. In fact, tomorrow marks 1 week ahead of the holiday. So for early travelers that like to beat the rush, the weather can get in the way of some of your travel interests. And there will be some areas across the Northeast where we could have a no travel zone up in the mountains. Let's get you updated, take a live look at radar. Have a couple showers right now extending across parts of the 95 corridor. Some more substantial rain that moved through Maryland in the overnight hours. We do desperately need this. So it's a good story. We have gone 3 months in some areas without having more than a ½ inch of rain. So it's been extremely parched, and this is what we're going to get. I mean, Craig, we've actually upped the rain totals.
Yeah, up the rain totals. You talk about the snow on the backside as well, but look at those rainfall totals, Britta. It is, we said that stretch, in some cases 3 months. When you step out and the ground has been so dry, you can actually smell the earth when the nice raindrops hit it, which is a good relief there.
And
some of these spots, wow, higher elevations.
Snow in northwest Jersey and western Massachusetts. I mean, this would be low elevation snow. The chance for it would be Friday morning.
A couple of flurries for some of you who haven't seen that in quite some time.
It wouldn't accumulate too much, but I always like to point it out because kids get excited. It'd be Friday morning, so maybe snap a few photos if you're lucky. Share it with us if you see it.
Kids of all ages.
Here's the atmospheric setup, right? So we got this big old low that's moving over the Great Lakes. And then we see this secondary system develop, and that's what's going to bring us the rain and also, yes, some snow as we go into the second half of the work week. So this is all kind of unfolding over the next 24 hours. As that coastal low really develops, it's the cold air on the back side of that can produce the snow. So again, it's really going to be Thursday night into Friday morning that we'll see that opportunity for snow across the Northeast.
And you talked about the snow for, the Northeast being incredible. We do want to point out Maine, by the way, you've got the influence off the Atlantic, so mostly a rain event, but some of the higher elevations, you'll get got some snow there,
yeah,
too.
the
That's
White
nice.
Mountains, the Green Mountains. It's going to be elevation based.
Yeah, exactly.
For
So true.
northern New England. It's only going to be in the higher elevations that you see snow. Now, the real snow is going to be in West Virginia, and we're talking about get off the road kind of snow.
Yeah.
Winter weather warnings are up. So that is your invitation to prepare and stay off the roads when the snow starts, because we're not talking a couple inches of snow in West Virginia. We are talking about more than 1.5 feet of snow. This is a lot of snow. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be wet, and power outages are likely.
Boy, with the sun going down earlier, coming up later, it's blinding in some places. Yeah, visibility will drop.
Meanwhile, a lot of areas will have a crossover. Detroit's going to be one of those where we start with rain, see a crossover to snow, Pittsburgh as well. With this wraparound moisture is going to be responsible for producing a couple inches of snow in some of these areas, but look at how far south.
Yeah.
We're talking snow in Kentucky. We're talking snow in Western Virginia. There's a lot of cold air locked up in this system, and we're going to see snow in areas that really have not seen snow in November in years.
Yeah,
so, you know what, Colorado, you thought you guys did it? Well, it looks like we're going to match you on the East Coast.
A little bit of competition
A
here.
little bit of competition for early snow. They're even pumping out some snow in central Jersey on the backside of this into Saturday. So, you know, sometimes when there's an anomaly of cold air, you still got to work out how far south it's going to get.